Cutters, Degrassi, Unpopular Opinions. Hey there, hello there, it's Jeff Cutter, and welcome you to another Degrassi Unpopular Opinion. And I did a poll question about which unpopular opinion in season 4 do you agree with and all that. That video will be released later on in the month, but basically one of the unpopular opinions I put was one five of the 6 I have actually done videos for. So I'll give you in detail. I'm not going to tell you the results because the poll is actually still open as of July the 20th. Yeah, so anyway, I have 6 of them. There was a 7th, and that's the next one I will put in the list. But basically, they were Spitter and Jay's hidden agenda in pitting Jimmy for paint and feathers, although I didn't really do one on that. But I kind of alliterated a lot of things. Emma, she told the teacher, would have avoided Raj for good reason, a.k.a. why Raj had a grudge against Emma. Emma wanted shot before the Fledgable Saga. That was one of my first unpopular opinions. The writers may have changed Emma to avoid hate. I talked about zombie Emma. 2 deleted scenes I would have changed your thoughts about Raj. I said something about the fact that, about why the deleted scenes were not in first round. But the one I didn't do that's in the poll was Emma's clingy face stemming from the Rick Murray timeline. So that's what I'll talk about. The clingy face, basically, to Degrassi fans, relates to seasons 8 and 9 of the show when Emma basically was more of a background character because just like Paige's group, they had college storylines, and this big storyline was with Manny, Liberty, and Emma going to Smithdale and all that. Although a lot of people said that Liberty was going to a different university with Damien, but I guess because of Damien's cheating and all that, Liberty felt she needed to get away from Damien at all costs, all that. Despite the fact that Emma was basically giving Damien to Liberty. Excuse me. But regardless, the fact of the matter is that Emma seemed to be different after season 7. In seasons 8 and 9, a lot of people watch the show and basically find out that, Emma's not who she usually was in the first few seasons of X Gen. Like in college, she had a clingy face. And that, she was more about trying to make friends and all that than grades and all that. Because in season 9's Holiday Road, we find out that for a project, Emma and Kelly were coming to Degrassi. All that. Snake was happy because, his stepdaughter was coming kind of home from school and then doing a presentation for Degrassi. But when Kelly abandons her for that, Emma realizes that she's not doing so well and basically inadvertently tells everyone how bad it is for her in school and all that. Thankfully, Spitter and Holly J decide to help her out. But anyway, yeah, the clingy face was in season 8. When Emma was in college, she pulled some strings to get Manny and Liberty in the same dormitory as her. And, of course, Kelly as well. Because Emma was separated from Manny and Liberty. And Emma felt separation anxiety, I think. But anyway, Emma basically was trying to make herself less bland in people's eyes. And basically almost got herself into major league trouble. Because when she was making pot brownies, she had someone cause a seizure. And basically the school pinned things on Kelly. Emma was willing to take the punishment. But Kelly said, no, don't. And then, when Emma tells Spike and Snake at the end of Holiday Road about her issues, basically stating that, she felt abandoned. She felt like she was terrible. Because with Manny now going to Hollywood to be an actress in the wake of the season 8 Degrassi Goes Hollywood movie, and with Liberty going to pre-law, she just lost people around her, and she was trying to find friends so that she wouldn't be a person on a lonely island, if you will. But my point about this unpopular opinion is the fact, I think people will agree with me, but this is my creation and no one else's on Degrassi Reddit, is that basically Emma's clingy phase, kind of what I said about Emma's phase about having a boyfriend. Because I did a unpopular opinion about Emma being with a boy actually may have been from stemming from the Rick Boy situation because, no boy protected her. Well, Sean protected her, but she didn't have a boyfriend who would have destroyed Rick for trying to get on Emma because of Emma trying to help Rick in season 4. So basically, her friendships and trying to keep friendships did lead to the Rick Boy situation. You may be asking yourself, how come? I mean, I know the boyfriends thing, that makes much more sense, but why the friends thing? Simple. In season 4, in the 3rd episode, I don't know what it was called. I would say Islands in the Stream, but I'm probably wrong. It's the episode before Mercy Street. And basically what ends up happening is that Emma and Chris have broken up and all that. But Liberty has eyes on Chris. Emma's not sure what to do. Manny's willing to help Emma try to get Chris back. But then when Emma tells Manny that she only wants Chris back, she doesn't want to be with Chris. She just wants Chris not to date Liberty because Emma figures that if Chris dates Liberty, what does that say about me? Being with Chris and all that. And Manny says, wow, I can't believe you just said that. Emma says, I have to do something about it. But basically, Manny decides to tell Liberty about Emma's plan. I think because Emma was not being herself, although Emma was being a little forceful. Emma tells Liberty that she only did it because she was worried that maybe her breakup with Chris should not have happened and that she misses him. And what it gets me thinking is like, why was she with Chris in the first place? I think she was only with Chris just to make Sean jealous, and it failed. And I guess when Sean moved on, Emma felt like she should not have been with Chris because, Sean stopped being a gangster and all that. And maybe didn't need Chris after all. Unfortunately, Liberty basically takes Emma out of her friend group. In the subplot of Back in Black, we hear about JT and his penis pump, but basically they were having a hot tub party at Liberty's. And Manny says that, Emma loves hot tubs. Maybe I should invite her. And Liberty basically said that Emma is such a backstabber. So there is evidence that maybe Manny didn't want to break off with Emma, but because of Liberty, she felt she needed to. Of course, that led to Emma being easily coursed by Paige's group. So basically, Rick comes back in Black. Not Back in Black. Mercy Street. Fuck. Why did I say that? Anyway, Mercy Street. And, they're upset that Rick's back with no strings attached. Marco and Alex don't get their answers. The deleted scene basically stated that Radish said that without a criminal charge, I can't do anything about it. Although he could have. And the fact of the matter is that Emma got involved because she didn't like Rick coming back to school and basically was upset that Radish said that this is not one of your stupid crusades. This doesn't concern you. Stay out of this. So I'll get more into that into my next Degrassi unpopular opinion and basically something else. But anyhow, Emma is told by Paige that there's a monster in the halls and nobody cares about it. And Emma says, we need to make sure and care about it. And let's do something about it and make sure we don't break any rules with Radish. And so they come up with a plan and all that. In the bathroom, Emma tells Manny and Liberty that good luck with your hot tub because I'm going to sip on a green tea latte with Paige. And of course, Manny and Liberty looked shocked. But I think in a sense they kind of figured that, Emma was trying to, and there was a reason. Emma was trying to stick it to Liberty and Manny by saying that you broke off with me as friends. I'll show you. I don't need you guys to. I have friends of my own. We all know about that. It's a big mistake and Emma gets in trouble and all that. But more on that later. So anyway, they do the Orange Ribbon campaign. Emma is told by Rick to accept his check for everything in his bank account, that he's willing to give everything for the domestic violence thing. Alex is upset and rips up the check, even though Emma wants the check, saying that this could help people with domestic violence and you don't know anything about it. But Alex tells her straight out that she's been victimized by her mom's boyfriends being abused and all that. And, we would have got plenty of sympathy from Alex. But basically, Alex decided to beat up all the guys, beat up Rick. I think as a sign to basically, as a way to beat up her mom's ex boyfriends who abused her, and basically pictured every one of their traits in Rick and all that. I know Rick didn't completely show he changed and all that. And I did have an unpopular opinion about Alex and her involvement in this whole thing. Like, Alex would have definitely had a lot of sympathy if she wasn't so gung ho on trying to beat the shit out of Rick. So anyway, Emma is told not to have sympathy towards Rick. So she proves her loyalty, quote unquote loyalty, by tripping Rick up. Rick goes up to talk to her, and then Spinner and Jay basically push him out, and one beat him up outside of the dot. Jay beats up on Rick, and then Alex is next in line, but Emma steps in front of her and says that I'm not letting you do this. And then basically Paige's click, and Alex basically said, "Your cause is over, Emma. No cause is worth this." Basically, she gets badly ignored by Paige and everyone else, and tells Rick that she did it because it was the right thing to do. Unfortunately, that gets Rick to like her and all that. So Emma basically goes in 2 episodes, within the space of 2 episodes, to be, well, one episode she's with Manny and Liberty as friends, and then the next episode she basically loses them as friends and tries to gain Paige's clique as friends, and now she's without Paige's clique and Manny and Liberty, and the only people she really is seen with in season 4 until Time Stands Still is being with the Quiz Bowl team of Toby, Rick, and Heather St. Clair. Until Jimmy comes into the picture, of course. So basically, Emma doesn't really have a lot of friends and all that. Boyfriends or otherwise. So basically, she's on this lonely island when Rick basically goes after her with the gun. And we all know the result of that. Emma basically turns into zombie. Emma blames herself partially for why Rick died because she should not have started this whole campaign against Rick. But, there was a reason for that. And then basically, she did gain Manny and Liberty back as friends, although it wasn't known when she get back with them. I guess the day after, maybe the Monday after the shooting, they both figured they might as well comfort Emma in her time of need, which was great and all that. And then, Emma realizes the power of friendship, or does she? Season 5, she basically takes Manny into her house after Manny's father kicks her out of there for her acting and not bowing down to him in a sense. But Emma was really a bad friend in season 5, more so than season 6. Like, basically hanging out with Peter or behind Manny's back. Like, why would she do something to hurt Manny? I think in a sense that she was dominating Manny, basically saying that, if you complain, I can kick you out. Although, I mean, Emma obviously would not have tipped her hand in that situation. But yeah, Manny was there for Emma at the hospital, holding her hand and all that. Season 5. I mean, geez, Emma, I just can't forgive her for that, or for being with Peter at all. And then season 6, she's still friends with Manny and off and on with Liberty. And then basically the JT stabbing happens. And of course, Emma gets mad at Manny. I mean, Emma was wrong in a sense, but I can't blame her. I mean, after all, as I go through a lot of unpopular opinion videos with this, Manny moved out, and Emma felt like she was losing an ally that would have helped her deal with the aftermath of JT stabbing, and the stabbing happening just steps from her house. I mean, who else would have known that? And Emma had guilt about it because it was an event that should not have happened in the first place. That was definitely her guilt. Her guilt manifesting itself in potentially destroying Manny and not really caring about Lakehurst. Lakehurst may have had someone stab JT and all that, and Emma feels that everyone's moving past it. But, Emma's got PTSD again. So basically, yeah. And, Manny wants to have a cheerleading competition at Degrassi. And Emma's like, you're dancing on JT's grave. We should wait a while. But Manny says the competition will be good for the school. And, we'll do this in honor of JT. Emma didn't understand that. So basically, Emma's hate of Lakehurst manifested itself in basically yelling at Manny for leaving her high and dry, not having time for her. Why didn't Manny make time for Emma and all that? Manny and Emma were supposed to get together for a girls' night, and Manny dumped Emma off, and then that's when Emma blew her gasket. I feel like if Manny had done that for Emma, the girls' night, I think Emma probably would have cooled down similarly, would have simmered. But then, of course, she finds herself with Damien, who's the student council president of Lakehurst, and who actually has a connection with the boy who stabbed JT, Drake Lampley. Even Mia says something about that, how Damien is close to Drake Lampley. Obviously, I have to say the last name because the other Drake was Jimmy Brooks. But anyway, Manny's upset over Emma being prudent and all that shit. But Emma thought she needed to do something about it. And then finally, after the chaos at the cheerleading competition, Emma finally talks to Manny, and basically Manny says that I understand your problems, Emma, with this whole Lakehurst situation, but basically you may be the bad guy. And Emma says, well, I guess every time I try to make you the bad guy, it fails. And then that's when basically that's the last time Emma and Manny fell out together. And Emma kept Manny on as a friend for season 7 and 8 and 9, or try to. So yeah, so the major topic sentence is that the Rick Murray situation ruined Emma in such a sense that Emma probably thought she needed a boy to be around in case of a Rick Murray type trying to go after her, and then basically that Rick Murray type would be denied. And also the friendship, because remember, Emma didn't really have many friends like Toby and all that. I mean, I wish Toby had basically done enough, because maybe Emma would have fallen in love with Toby. It could happen. Like, I would have rather have an Emma Toby relationship than an Emma Peter relationship, or an Emma Damien relationship, or maybe Emma Kelly any day of the week. And basically, after JT's death, it seemed like Toby went down on a slope, and then basically he peaked around the time JT had the view with Lakers, and then he just went downhill after JT died. I feel so bad for Toby. But yeah, so Emma basically trying to latch on to Friends was about the Rick Murray situation, because she realized that if she hadn't pissed off Manny and Liberty, who knows, maybe they would have helped her deal with this Rick situation, and maybe Emma would have been fine. But no, she just had to be stupid and petulant about the Chris situation. And yes, I do blame her. I'm not 100% defending Emma. I'm defending Emma for the fact that, she had the right idea, but she had poor execution, which is my topic sentence for Emma trying to get involved in people's lives in seasons 2, 3, and part of season 4, is that she has the right idea, but she just has the wrong execution and all that. I think they recycled that Emma to put into Maya in seasons 12, 13, 14. That's just me. But yeah, I think Emma realized that if she didn't lose her friends, maybe she would not have been involved in the Rick Murray situation. Maybe Rick would not have had a chance to shoot her. But you never know. So that's why she was so desperate to be with Friends, because she was scared that, something like the Rick Murray situation could happen again if she doesn't have friends. Like, I know a lot of people said, oh, well, it was well written, but it was not subtle. It wasn't subtle. Like, they leave these things black and white, or gray if you wish. But yeah, I think in a way that Emma basically wanted to be with Friends because she felt like she was terrible all by herself, that she had no one to talk to and all that. And with Manny and Liberty leaving to do their own thing in season 9, like, Emma felt helpless. She was trying to find friends, but unfortunately she couldn't find any friends. I don't think it was implied that she managed successfully to find a friend, but I guess not. I feel bad for Emma in a sense, but I also feel that Emma was psychiatrically broken after the Rick Murray situation, especially with the JT situation. She did have PTSD after that, and I think Toby did too, but they never capitalized on that. They just made Emma out to be a bad guy in season 6 without saying that, Emma has the right idea, but poor execution. I feel like they left Emma high and dry with the right. as the writers did. But anyway, that's just my opinion. You can agree or disagree with me on that. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Thanks for watching.